Hello. So it's Wednesday afternoon and I have a little bit of time to kill. I have a live coming up at 4. So I'm dressed and ready and thought I would just pull some cards to see what was going on with me and everybody else. I am working on a project and I have run into a brick wall and it has led to some major frustration. Not that I don't think that I'll get through it, but it's just like I feel like I have jumped through hoops and jumped through hoops and jumped through hoops. I'm like, when do I get to the end? So this is just my little way of giving myself a pep talk. And everybody else that might be running into the same thing of working on something and feeling like they keep hitting that brick wall. I make like little itty bitty teeny weeny like inch long breakthroughs and have been doing that for the last couple of weeks. But it's just like I'm ready to like get through this one spot and get moving. And so anyway, let's just see what's going on. If you watch my lives on Sunday night, you might be able to guess what I'm working on, but I'm not going to tell everybody right now. It'll be a surprise when it comes out. Actually, I have a couple of things that I'm working on, so I'm inching along on both of those. So let's see what current energy is for those of us who are almost ready for the big breakthrough. What is the current energy for all of those almost ready for that current big breakthrough? Current energy. Because, to be honest, I've had a little bit of a meltdown 2 days in a row. Doesn't last long, and I know exactly what's going on. It's pure frustration. That's exactly it. It's a little baby pity party for Jody, and I kind of laugh when I know when it's going on. I know when it's coming on. I know what it's all about. So that's why it's not like stuck and lasting or anything. But it's just like, I feel like a 3-year-old toddler right now. That's not, I don't know. Like, I'm just not getting what I'm not getting my way. That's what it is. I'm not getting my way, and I'm not happy about it. All right, that one feels like it wants to come out. So let's see what Source has to say to us 3-year-old toddlers that are not getting our way and what we need to do to get our way, because apparently throwing little baby temper tantrums is not the way to do it. We all know that. Okay, so the first one is cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. So that, I understand what that is for me, is because I'll work on this project for a while and then I'll just be like exhausted or frustrated and I'll have to get up and walk away from the computer because I'm spent. So I'll get up, walk away for a little bit. And I suppose that emotions is talking about, it's just part of the process. So I know it'll be really excited because, to be honest, I literally had a dream like a year or a year and a half ago that I was doing this. So now I'm like actually like manifesting it with a little bit of a hiccup in the process. Let's see here. What's this other one that fell out? Start delegating. Ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything yourself. Well, I did that. Actually, last night, I have a graphic design gal that's in my book club, and I asked her I needed to change up something, some resolution for something, and I have been that's what my hiccup is I can't figure out the resolution for something that I'm working on. And so I asked her for help. She told me what to do. I did that, and it still wasn't working. And so I finally had to step away from the computer after spending, 3 or 4 hours on it this morning. And I didn't want to wear myself out for this live that I have at 4 o'clock. So So yes, I am starting to delegate. So I may be asking for advice from all of you about some certain things that I'm going to need help on instead of trying to do everything myself. That goes for you too. If you've got something that you can, if you are running around in circles or burning the candles at both ends and exhausted, figure out what stuff you can delegate. Actually, Tony Robbins was talking about that the other day. Use your time for the stuff that nobody else can do but you. And send the other stuff out that somebody else can do. Let somebody else do it, pay them 10 or 20 bucks an hour to do some of the stuff that you don't like to do, that you're not good at, that frustrates you. So what else? Current energy here. There's two. Let's see what those say. Okay, so first one says inner wisdom. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. I think I know what that means for me. Take that for however that resonates for you. I will work on that. I promise, Spirit, I will work on what I think you're talking about. Bold. Unleash your adventurous side. Take risks and be daring. Well, I am kind of doing that in this project that I'm working on. I'm a little out of my comfort zone, but I am very excited about the end result when it gets here. So let's get one more of these for current energy. Whoop. Artemis, guardian, you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So that is current energy. Let me put these up someplace. I have all of my cards out here. So let me think. What's my next question? Actually, I like to know what could be I call them sticking points. I have this is kind of funny. They're kind of like chakra cards or something. I had book club last night, and so I took my my abundance cards that I made up, and I took these to book club last night, and I had everybody go around the circle and pick one of each card. And then we went around and said what the card was and talked about if that resonated with them or if it didn't or whatever. And one of the girls, this is so funny. This is why I'm like, the cards never lie. One of the girls pulled the victim card. And she starts laughing as soon as she sees it. And I was like, well, are you going to tell us what it is? And she goes, yeah, I will, but this is hilarious. And so we got around the circle to her, and she had pulled her quad muscle, like 2 or 3 months ago. And she's been laid up with a brace on her leg, can't do anything, can't drive because she can't bend her legs. She has to keep her legs straight, so she can't drive. She can't work. She's just been sitting at home watching Netflix, and her daughter drove her to book club last night. So it's the first time we've seen her in like 2 or 3 months since this all happened. Although we've known what had happened, we just had not seen her. So when she pulled the victim card, I need a drink here. She was like, oh my God, my daughter just told me on the way over here, she goes, I was complaining about this thing and feeling sorry for having this brace on my leg and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, and my daughter's like, you need to quit feeling sorry for yourself and be happy that it's healing. And, her daughter was trying to see the positive side of it. And so the fact that she got that victim card was like spot on for her situation. And so she sent a picture to her daughter about the victim card. And of course, apparently her kids got quite the laugh about that because it was just like a slap in the face about, duh. So, okay. So these cards are, we'll call them, like I said, sticking points, things that could crop up that could frustrate you. I'm going to take that for some whatever, like despondence. Like it looks like she's throwing her hands up in the air. I swear to God, that's been me a couple times over the last 2 days for sure, throwing my hands up in the air going, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. So, but you got to keep going. You can't stop. Fake Kate just flipped over. I feel like that is, if you're having problems, if you're running into issues, if you are feeling frustrated, if you are feeling down, if this is getting to you and it's just like, it feels like, they have that weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. You just keep doing face plants or whatever. Don't feel like you need to hide that, and express that to friends. Use your friends as sounding boards or to vent with. Get it out of your system so you can get on, do whatever you need to do to, listen to some podcasts that are motivational to keep you going, because you don't need to pretend like you have it all figured out, because if you have it all figured out, you're the only one. I am here to tell you, I do not have it all figured out, and I am I struggle some days just like everybody else. So I don't pretend like you have it all together, because we know better. I was just talking about this with somebody about fake people and authenticity with somebody the other day on Facebook, and she had said, she's like, she always tries to see the positive of everything. And I said, yeah, I'd rather be around someone that sees the positive than the negative, but I don't like being around those fake happy people that act like there's nothing wrong. So I feel like that might be what it is. So if you're having a problem, reach out to somebody. Discovery. I feel like that is saying that, one, you're going to discover that you're stronger than you think you are, and you are going to discover that what is on the other side of this wall that you keep hitting it's going to be a whole new, it's going to be a great feeling once we get through this other, the breakthrough, I guess, whatever we want to call it, because I feel like that's what, a lot of us are going through right now. It's kind of like we keep trying, and, so let's see what else could be. Perfection. I did a little mini reading for myself last week, and this card came out for me. So if you are working on a project, do not get caught up in the details and worry that you have to have everything exactly perfect before you set it out for the world to see. One, they probably won't notice it, and if they do and call you out on it, then you fix it. Thank you for being my editor or whatever, because perfectionism can stop you from doing what you need to do. And I have remembered that as I have been working on these projects, that, don't get caught up in the perfectionism of it, and keep working on it and working on it and not ever get it out for people to see. So what else could be sticking points for people? Oh no, they're working on the fire alarm. I hope to God they're not going to work on mine in the middle of this. Mysticism. I feel like to me, this always says that Spirit is sending you signs that you may be missing along the way. So if you think they sent you a sign, take that as a sign. And now I can kind of see where I'm like, I was just asking myself before I did this, someone particular started showing up on my feed yesterday. And I'm kind of like, how come she's never showed up on my feed until now? Because she's had stuff out for a while. So I think that was kind of this feels like a sign type of thing. So pay attention to those signs that Spirit might be sending you, that you're doing the right thing, you're on the right path. those days that when you get frustrated and feel like you keep slapping up against the wall and not going anywhere, you know, you're breaking it down a little at a time, and eventually one day, instead of being brick, it's going to be paper. Let's hope. Let's get one more thing that could be a sticking point. Completion. That to me feels like that could be something where you work on it, and then you just stop before you get completed, before you get completely finished and do whatever you were going to do with it. So you get 95% there, and then you just put it to the side and go, I'm just done messing with it. So don't do that. Because if you've spent a bunch of time working on something specific and you feel like you've been led to that, there's a reason you were led to that. So don't stop. Don't stop now. Let's see. What other cards would I like to use? I feel like I have these spirit, I got these spirit animal or something like that. I feel like I want to use these today. So what question do I want to, let me break these down a little bit. So we've asked what current energy is. Oh, I know what we'll ask. We're asking what sticking points there are. Let's ask what lessons are we learning during the, what do I want to call it? What lessons are we learning through the, I don't know, what is it we're doing? I'm drawing a blank on the name. Let me think here. We're working on a project and we're running into blocks. What is it we're learning, I guess? What blocks are we trying to break down? What are the lessons? Yeah, I guess I'm going to say that. What are the lessons that we are in the process of learning by Spirit just not giving this to us? Spiritual strength, I would say, is one of them. So let's see. What is Spirit wanting us to learn by not just handing this over to us on a silver platter? That sounds like a good question, right? What are we learning when Spirit makes things difficult for us? What are we, good grief. I'll take that one. We are learning freedom is yours. As in, I feel like, and it's a 33 card. I don't know what that means, but I feel like I need to say that. So freedom is yours. I feel like that is freedom is yours on the other side of this breakthrough. Like, don't stop. Keep going, even as frustrating as it can be. There's another one. What else is on the other side? Watch and wait. Okay, so they're not going to tell us. I don't want all those. What else is on the other side? If we keep persisting, if we keep going, we keep working on whatever it is we're working on, there's got to be an end to this eventually, and a new beginning and a new phase. So what can we look forward to? Or no, that's not the question. The question was, what are we learning because it's not so easy? Magic works through you. Okay, there's two here. And overcome any obstacle. Marie Forleo has a new book out. It's coming out next week called Everything is Overcomeable, I think. I pre-ordered that because she's talking about exactly some stuff that's going on with me right now. So I like this. Well, yeah, this does all make sense. It's like, what is it that Spirit wants us to learn by not just handing everything over to us like quick and easy? One more of these. What is it we are supposed to learn by Spirit not giving everything over to us quick and easy? and making us work for it. Well, I'm going to take those. 2, no, 3. No, 4. Well, I guess I'm going to take them all. Time for beginner mind. Be fearless and bold. Now is a lucky time. And clear out the clutter. So I feel like that clear out the clutter is definitely, we are having to think differently these days about how to, when we go into the new way of thinking, if we let go of all the old programming and the fear and the lack mentality, and this never worked out before, and I've never been able to do this before, and all of those doubts that creep up into our heads, I think that clear out the clutter, that's what Spirit is saying, is like, you've still got clutter, and that's kind of why maybe we're running into some obstacles on this journey, is we haven't released all the clutter from our old way of doing and thinking things. So we need to release some stuff, apparently, and I totally agree with that. So I want to do one last question and see what I want to, let me think about this. I feel like I want to do this deck. What is on the other side? What is on the other side? What can we look forward to once we have broken through the wall, all of the obstacles, we've jumped through all of the hoops, we have gotten to the land of freedom. Probably the abundance is starting to come in, if it's financial, if it's love, if it's happiness, or whatever that, we're all trying to get to. Let's see what is on the other side. If we keep persisting, because obviously if we quit in the middle of it, we're not going to get to the other side. So let's see what Spirit has in mind for us if we keep persisting. Well, the first one is nurture. And the second one is learning. Well, I guess there'll be more learning. Oh, that makes sense. There'll be more learning when we get to the other side, because we're going to be in a whole new world that we've never been in before. So we're going to be learning how to navigate things from the new way of thinking, from the new perspective, without the fear, without the lack mentality, without the ways that we used to do things that held us back, kept us unhappy. Modify. Well, I guess we're going to be modifying our life because old ways aren't going to be working anymore. Let's get at least one more. Oh, I almost wanted to come out. Let's see. Take those. Transformation. Yeah, we will be transformed by the time we get on the other side. Reawaken. So I feel like that is, we will be closer to our original state that we came into this world in. And we will probably reawaken to that soul without all of the old programming and everything. I feel like I want a couple cards from this. These are the Ascension cards. So this will be last words from the universe. How's that sound? Last call. Last words from the universe. Now there's 4 that just flipped out. Synchronicity. Divine light work. Centering on divine light, and you are ascending. So that looks to be like, so we'll have more synchronicity, more divine light work, more centering in divine light, more ascension, so higher dimensions that we'll have access to. So I'm just going to say to myself and to everybody else, keep going. When the going gets tough, the tough keep going, or they do their tarot cards to give themselves a pep talk. So if you're going to be around, I'm going to do a live love reading. I'm going to be doing some live love readings at 4 o'clock. If you're around, watch me, come join me, whatever. I'll see you later. Bye.